Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Butternomics. I'm your host, Brandon Butler, founder and CEO of Butter ATL, and today, got somebody special in the building, man. Somebody out here building things, making things happen in real time, too, man. Like, I've watched this brother's journey. You know, we got connected, and all of a sudden, man, he's everywhere, man. He's everywhere because of everybody, man. The one, only, Mr. J Biz. Jay, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling well. How you doing, bro?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be you, brother.
No, look, man, you doing it. You just got an award the other day. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Stop
man.
playing with him, man.
Hey, man.
I love the humbleness, but this guy is doing a lot of great things as well. I always love connecting with people that are just as moving. You know what I mean? We all moving. You feel me? So it's always inspiration watching people like yourself, bro.
Hey, appreciate you, Biz.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you, man. So for those who don't know, man, who is J Biz, man?
Oh man, I'm gonna just sum it up, man. I'm a creative, a philanthropist, an artist, an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? A brother, a son, a friend. You know what I mean? Just all these different hats, but all in all, just someone that is passionate about what they do, and that's like connected to people. That's connected to creativity, and just being a light, man, a beacon of light, man, and inspiring and impacting, you know, whoever I come across.
Yeah, man. Now look, man. People gonna hear your voice on here, and the first thing they gonna say is, "He ain't from Atlanta. He don't sound okay."
And
look,
I'm not.
Look, y'all. I don't know. I don't know where y'all got this idea that the Butternomics only talks to people. We talk to people in Atlanta that are making stuff happen. There's not a requirement. I don't look at nobody's birth certificate.
Yeah.
I look at their impact and the stuff they doing. So just for the folks that's gonna be like, he ain't from Atlanta. No, you're not from Atlanta.
I'm not.
Where are you from, sir?
And let me say this: I love Atlanta.
Yeah.
I love Atlanta, but I'm from Richmond, Virginia,
Okay.
which I also love too. And I was just there the other day, had a show out there. But yeah, I love Richmond, man, and that's where I'm from. I've been out here for almost 5 years. Used to come here back and forth, working on different movie sets and doing different things like that before moving out here. So it's always been an extended home. Like, it feels like a big, like, Richmond to me. Like, so I always felt comfortable out here, and I always felt the love.
Yeah, man. And, you know, like I said, I think a lot of times people come out here, they see opportunities that some of us might kind of overlook or don't recognize. As a person that, you know, is not from Atlanta, but you've moved to Atlanta, you've made it your home, you know, what do you kind of notice and recognize about the city that made you say, you know, this is a place I want to be at?
The blackness, man, and the black excellence, you know what I mean? Like, and just being able to, and let me say this, I'm saying this in the mind frame of someone that is in entertainment, in the hair industry, a creative, you know what I mean? Like, so this space, Atlanta, Georgia, is just great for that. It's great for connectivity. So for me, like, I'm just like, when I came here, like it was 2019, bro. The first time I came here, like as like a semi-adult, I was in college, came with a couple friends. We came for a music event, and literally, man, as soon as we touched down, we met Waka's mom, Miss Deb. We met Troy Taylor. We met so many people on the touchdown because we went straight to the event, obviously. But the event had all these people just there, and they were reachable, they were touchable. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then by the end of the whole weekend, my sister ended up getting a deal, a slight deal. It was like a writing deal or something like that. Didn't really pan out too long, but the opportunity was there, you know, right like that. And we've been in Richmond for years and hadn't had anything happen like that in a matter of moments. So that alone had me like, I'm ready to go back. But yeah. I had just started college. So and I like to see things through. So I didn't just up and leave. It took me some years to get back, but like that alone, just the opportunity, the people, the blackness, the excellence, and just being able to create whatever you want to create out here. I see how people are able to really make their dreams come to reality, man. And I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted a piece of that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
man. You've been building in lots of different spaces. You say you're an entrepreneur, you know, creative, philanthropist, doing all kind of stuff. But I think the thing that a lot of people probably know you from is the music out here, especially, man, right? Like, you've been building that since, you know, even before then.
Exactly, but also, man, me as a barber too, bro. Like, being a mobile personal barber, a lot of people know me in that space too. It's crazy because like they'll meet me there, or they might meet me in the community space. So it's like, however they discover me, it's always love for them to also discover other areas that I'm within. You know what I mean? So that's always great too. But yeah, it depends on who you're talking to. Actually, you know, is where they met me at is, you know, depending on what they say.
How'd you start that business? How'd you start the mobile barber business?
So, man, I've been cutting hair since 15. Okay. All right. So, the timeline is 15, started cutting hair, 18, got into a barbershop, about 23, got my license, finished school, got a shop at 23 as well, had 2 shops. And while doing that, like I always did like mobile, you know what I mean? That was always a thing for the people that would pay for it, you know, I would pull up. So then when I started to come to Atlanta, Georgia, like that was more so of the only thing I could do because I didn't have a barber shop to go within. So like I had to be mobile. I was on the sets. I'll go to someone's crib or their office, like without the truck. This was before the truck. And then once, you know, I built that up, it was just a matter of like, yo, this is the time. It's the time to do it. Let me get the truck. Let me make it more so of a thing rather than just on foot. And and that's been like for the last 5 years actually here doing that. You know what I mean? Like really here playing it and doing the mobile.
What's one of the biggest lessons, or what are some of the lessons you just learned like you've been building that business? Because were you doing that out in Virginia too, or did you start doing it specifically when you came here?
I had 2 barbershops back in like a brick and mortar, so no, I wasn't doing like the mobile actually in the truck. But I would, you know, go to people's like homes if they needed it here and there, but it wasn't like something I was focused on. So once I got here, it was like a focus because I didn't want to get another brick and mortar and have to get people to come to this space, wherever the space was going to be at. It just was a lot easier to build a brand by being able to be convenient enough to come to the person. You know what I mean? So it's like you just kind of cut through a lot of barriers that way, like being able to be like, hey, I could come to you. Like you don't have to like, you know, like I'm trying to, you have to basically market and brand yourself for these people to even trust you to be on their head. You know what I mean? So you want to take all the barriers out the way that you can. You know what I mean? So travel was one of them. So it's been something I've been doing for the last 5 years, and it's been smooth, man. It's been real good.
And did you literally like design the truck from the inside out? 'Cause I mean, I don't know. Like, are there a place you can go and get like barbershop vans? Did you have to build this thing from scratch?
Wow.
Because I've been in it before. Just again, like it's not just it's set up, man.
Yeah.
It's a Sprinter. It's clean in there, bro.
Yeah. So to answer that question, I definitely did like draw it out and, you know, architect everything, you know what I mean? But I did not like with my hands build. I had like 3 or 4 different teams back in Richmond, Virginia, build it out, and we built it from scratch. It isn't a space as of yet, but we're working on some things. I want, you know what I mean? We're working on some things, but it isn't a space as of yet. I do offer consulting for people that are interested, and you could be in any state, wherever you at, we can make it happen. And then I could also like help them like all the way from getting funding on down to, you know, outfitting and getting the truck together and being on the road, like, and all the things in between. So, you know, people could definitely get with me on that. But actually, like, having a space, like you said, where we just popping them out, and they're already already preloaded or whatever the case may be, working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you have your own assembly line soon.
We're working on it.
Hey, man.
We got some good people in the mix, and if you're listening right now, and this is something that piques your interest, I would definitely look for more people on the team from different, different areas of the team. So tap in with me.
For sure, man. Now, when did the music start coming into play?
Man, so music since I was 9, bro. So my grandparents, on my mother's side, my grandfather, him and his brothers were always into music. On the gospel side, they were touring, you know, going to church, making their money, doing their thing, making their CDs and things of that nature. So we saw that at a young age. And then also, man, I'm a product of hip hop, bro. Like, I remember like early days of like Crisscross and things of that nature when I was like real young. But then like for me, like Bow Wow and Busta Rhymes and different people like that, definitely like the DMXs and all them type of guys, Jay-Z's and all that. That time frame, and Missy, just so many people.
Yeah.
That time frame really like energized me as a kid and made me really, really like fall in love with the culture, fall in love with the music. And I started to actually put things down. Me and my sister, she sings and things of that nature. So we used to like record on the computer. We figured out how to do that before, like we had like a Pro Tools and stuff like that. And just, kept it going, like, and then did the talent shows at school, and, started to go from here to there doing like showcases, coming to Atlanta a couple of times doing showcases. So it's always been a thing, you know what I mean? And then I finally got like a record that people really liked, like around 2008, 2009. And I pushed that, and that was making some airway, got some different things accomplished, different features and different connections from that. But it's been on, man, as long as I, can remember for real with the music.
Yeah. And again, like I said before, man, like I know a lot of people might know your song Everybody, and we'll get into that, but like that's not your first like viral hit, right?
Nah. It was this song called Rico Suave, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people in the Richmond, Virginia, DMV, North Carolina, it was like a regional type of thing. Like we didn't really get to the point of really making it a national hit. But you know, it did give us the blueprint for it to do everybody and to do everything else that came after. But yeah, man, people loved it, man. I was performing it at different college concerts and stuff. I then opened up for Nicki Minaj, Clips, all types of people, you know what I mean, with that record. Travis Porter, all them, like just a lot of different people, and you know, it was good. It was good, man. But we didn't capitalize like I would have liked to, but you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah. Now you said that kind of gave the blueprint. Like, what did you learn from that experience that you rolled in to what you do with this new one?
Man, when the people tell you they like it, put gasoline on it. All right. Now, what does that mean? Like, continuously put it out. Like, if you don't have any money and you just have your phone or you have a homie that has a camera, then shorts every day. Like, you changing your outfit. You know what I mean? You're changing the scenery and you're doing a short. And what a short is just a portion of the song. So preferably the hook, because that's something that's going to keep people hooked in and reel them in. And you just keep, like, it's just marketing is continuously saying the same thing in a different light. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah. Or if you have a little money, pour it on ads. If you have a little bit more money, holler at some people on radio, you know what I mean? Radio reps, you know what I mean? And people of that nature and people that could connect you, PRs and things of that nature. It just all depends on your budget. But the whole name of the game is to continuously put it in front of as many people as possible, as many times as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I saw something. I can't remember who it was. If it was Tyler the Creator or somebody else, but it was like, yeah, like y'all make a song or y'all make a video and y'all post it one time.
I saw that too.
Like, I'm dropping that clip every single day as many times as I can. You know?
Yeah, because you know, Tyler said that too. He's been on for a long time. All right, so he's had the validation for a long time of being like, even though I know he probably already knew before people told him, but I'm just saying, like, he had the validation. So he dropped something, he gonna keep putting it out. Somebody else is like kind of building up, like, I guess if you building up your like your confidence in the space of putting out music, right? If you drop something and you don't get the feedback on that record, you might be like, yo, that record ain't it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not thinking like, nah, like, I'm confident in it. I already know, like, it happens like this and they'll come at some point in time. You don't know that. You like, all right, I'm going to the next thing. You know what I mean? Just that's what you're thinking. I want people to like it because I'm trying to make money and I'm trying to make a career off of it. So if I don't get the response, which don't make sense, but I'm just giving the other side of it. If I don't get the response in the first go around, then I'm off of it. When you can't sow a seed and then expect for the harvest to, you know, happen tomorrow. You know what I mean? So you have to keep putting it out. Like, it's a lot of videos for everybody that didn't reach 1,000 views, and then it took one to go to the hundreds. You know what I mean? Like, out of nowhere, like, and it's still going. So it's like, man, you just got to keep going. And that Tyler clip actually inspired me. Like, with it, I saw that before this everybody push. You know what I mean? So in those times where I was like, damn, like, I knew this one was gonna connect, and it only got 500 views. Like, I'm like, all right, nah, like, all right, we're gonna put another one up. We might drop this one again. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, you just gotta you gotta leave it on the floor. You gotta leave, like, in basketball terms, if you do something like throw the ball away on the last play, you gotta leave that in the last play so that you could continue to, you know, impact the game and not be stuck on that play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like, you know, I always kind of talk about the example of, and I use it many times. It's like like when you look at somebody that knows how to juggle, right? Like, the trick with juggling is not to watch, is to watch the hand they catch the ball with, because the hand they catch the ball with is like, if they moving it and like all over here, that means their throws are inconsistent.
Thanks.
And it's like the real trick about juggling is to have consistent throws, because if you're throwing the ball consistent, your hand's not going to move when you catch it. And I think I've always, when I heard that example, I've always kind of applied it to content creation myself. A lot of stuff we do with Butter, like, you know, I always tell people, like, I don't consider myself to be a creative as much as, like, I'm in the business of creativity. But one thing I never try to let get in the way is, I tell people, just do it, even if it's not perfect.
Exactly.
And I'm sure it gets on my team's nerves all the time. 'Cause I'm like, bro, I don't care. And to your point, right? Like, you just gotta kind of push the stuff out there. Like, I'm in this mode right now where it's like, man, flood the streets.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I don't care if it's perfect. I don't like. Just go,
Bro. You
Just
gotta
go.
shoot. You gotta shoot. And I got a record on my new project called Not For Everybody called Shoot, featuring Phoenix, produced by Mark Brook. Shameless plug. But that's what I'm talking about in there, bro. Like, you just gotta shoot, bro. Like, you don't know what's gonna land, but like, you have to shoot. Like, again, like, if we just talking about content, like, I was shooting since October or September with everybody content. It didn't take to, like, I think this was like last month when this one video just took off. Like, and it drastically impacted the single from streams and all types of things. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I just get, you know what I mean? If you don't shoot, then you're not gonna know if it's gonna go in or not. You know what I mean? And the more you shoot, the more it's gonna go in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think about it like, I think about like sports. Like, even if you think about like actual sports, whether it's baseball or basketball, the reality is you don't even get a chance. Like, I played baseball growing up. You don't even get maybe 2-3 at bats in a game.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Well, when it comes to content, bro, you get to choose how many at bats you get.
How many times you want to post in a day? You could post every minute on the minute.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. I was literally just listening to something yesterday. And again, I was talking to my team about this. And I was like, right now, I'm like, we know we need to be posting. Like, even when I launched Butter, I was big on being like, we're 3 times a day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's like, real. I don't care. And that's what got us. That's what got us where we're at. And we kind of like pulled back. But like now I'm getting hungry again. You know what I mean? Getting back in that mode again. So I'm like, all right. 5 posts a day, but like I was listening to something just the other day. This girl was like, I posted 20 times a day for 3 months.
Woo!
And I was like, we should be doing that.
Facts.
Like, that's literally my mindset.
Facts.
It's like we should, because she literally grew her followers from like 0 to over 1 million.
And look, and whoever's listening that hears these numbers and thinks like this is a lot, is ways to cheat the system and systematically do it. You stockpile, you know what I mean? Like, stockpile all of this stuff for like however many long it takes to stockpile the amount that you want to do. Let's say 20 a day. Like, so you would stockpile as many as you need for the next month or whatever, and then you load it up. You know what I mean? So you're not trying to keep up with this thing. It's already kept up. And then now when you already 3 weeks ahead of the game, you can start stockpiling the rest. So it's like, it's all in what you feel is consistent enough for you and what you can handle for you and your team. You know what I mean? Or whoever, or if it's just you. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, man, I just wanted to clear that because some people be like, 20. Like,
well, again, to your point, there's a lot of ways to do it. I mean, one, you got to remember, bro, like, everything you post, not everybody's going to see.
This is a fact.
And so, like my boy Madi says, who's grown an amazing following. He's like, bro, if you got a piece of content that works, post it again.
Yeah.
Like, post it. I mean, there's been many things that we've done on Butter that like, that thing went viral 3 years ago. You know what? Post it again.
Yeah.
Like, people forget. They don't see it.
Yeah.
Everybody, you have new followers, you know what I'm saying,
That's real.
that see the content for the first time. And again, like, you never know what's going to be the thing.
Yeah.
I remember, we created this piece of content one time, and it was just something simple about chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
And like, literally, we had a team. I had like designers and artists. They were from the Art Institute, and they were like, it's got to look like this way. I'm like, man, just post the damn picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we posted this picture. It was literally some chicken wings on a plate with like a funny little caption. That one post, I can remember there are different things that kind of changed the trajectory of what we're doing. That one post, all of a sudden, Chrissy Teigen is retweeting it and arguing with folks in the comments about it. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, Complex picks it up. Then all of a sudden, First We Feast picks it up. Then, like, a couple days later, bro, I'm watching TV. The Today Show did like a whole segment.
That's fine.
On how do you eat your chicken wings.
You never know what's going to go.
Based on this, like, $5 post that we made. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what's going to be the thing. And so that's my point, right? It's like, when you have the ability to put up as many shots or as many at-bats as you want, like, I'm like, just play the numbers, bro. Like, let's just be aggressive with it.
Let me ask you this question, and I don't know what you're going to say because you say you don't really care. You just, like, you care, but you don't really care. Have you ever had a piece of content that you really was like, we went in on this. This was great. And it didn't do, like, what you thought it was going to do?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that don't be the worst, yo. I'll be like, I love this piece. This is going to go.
Yeah.
Don't go. You be like, damn, I ain't even move.
Because what ends up happening, too, is you get caught up in what you want and what you like. And
That's
I think
real.
where I've always been is, I don't have a lot of ego when it comes to content. Yeah. I'm really focused on, all right, what are people telling me? What do they want to see? And I've just learned that, a lot of effort on the production side doesn't always equal results. And so I'm just good at like disconnecting myself from that. I think because I'm not like a traditional artist or creative as much. And I'm in a space where I care. Like, I don't want to just post anything.
Yeah, facts.
But I'm like, a lot of times I always say, like, people aren't even going to notice it the way you think they're going to notice it. I always kind of talk about it. It's kind of like when you think about if you're doing a speech, right? Like if you mess up, you're the only person that knows you messed up.
That's real.
You know what I mean? Like these people, they don't have a copy of your speech.
Yeah.
They don't know you missed it. Or I always kind of give the example like with kids. Is I got kids, and you'll be around your friends sometimes, and somebody might say a curse word. They're like, oh. It's like, well, the child isn't even paying attention, but it's the way that you reacted to the situation that all of a sudden now you're drawing attention to it. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you just got to kind of work through it. And again, like, man, people don't see stuff. Like, that's just the way social media works. That's if literally, my boy Isaac Hayes, shout out to him. Isaac Hayes the third, man, with fan base. He talks about this all the time. He's like, bro, like, but Beyonce has 300 million followers on Instagram. Like, the Super Bowl has 30 million people that watch the Super Bowl every year. So, and they're charging, $5, $10, $15 million for a 30-second commercial spot. So if that's the case, every post Beyonce makes, if 300 million people saw it, she should be making more per post than you should get for a Super Bowl ad.
No, facts.
But the reality is everybody doesn't see the content.
Everybody don't see it.
Because they throttle it. You know what I mean? So like I said, so again, you never know when that moment's going to happen. And that's why I'm just in the space right now, man. Like to what you've been doing with the whole single, man. You got to get shots up. Like, how did you kind of come up with this whole concept of just, I've seen you doing it in a lot of different spaces too. Yeah. Like, is that intentional? Like, how did you come up with that concept?
Facts. So, before the single even became a thing, I was already outside. Like, I was at a lot of events. So, and that was just me being in the mix. So when I did do the single, it was just me. I'm resourceful. So I'm like, all right, how can I benefit from being in all these spaces with this single? And it was just a no-brainer for me, to shoot them there. You know what I mean? Like, it just gave a different scenery every time, and you never knew who gonna be there for the cameos. You know what I mean? And it was also something that the year before, I had been working with Transley and Gray a lot. I don't know if y'all familiar with them. Dope artists. But we did a lot of that too. Like we did a lot of run and gun. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of that. A lot of other content creators that I'm around too. I'm around a lot of dope high level content creators that shoot at your birthday party if they come to your birthday party. But it's you gotta understand because they got to keep this thing flowing. So me seeing all this, I'm just taking it in, taking it in and just, applying it. You know what I mean? I apply, I that's how I learn, and I'm an executor. So, I'm going to see what's going on in the playing field, and I'm going to see how I could put it to what I'm doing. And so when everybody came about, it was just the proper alignment. I had already been through school. You know what I mean? I had already been through all of these different scenarios, these different experiences to be able to know what to do, And for me, when I made the record, I already knew it was going to connect, because how it connected to me. And my thought behind even crafting the hook, I had the first line. The first line was just organic. It just flowed. But the other lines were very intentional. I was I want to stay with this not for everybody thing, but also say some things that people are going to relate to off top. Whose mother hasn't said you can't mess with everybody. You know what I mean? Who feel like they pick up the phone or don't want to pick up the phone for everybody. It's just all these different things. It's across the board. So after I did that, and knowing that this was one of those records that can be received from a large amount of people in different groups, it was all right, so we gotta film shorts for it. We have to, and it has to be continuous. It has to, and I'm not gonna put it out on streaming yet. What I wanna do is I wanna film these shorts and get people engaged and excited and hey, yo, where that's at? Yeah. So then when it do drop, they running it up. So that's what we did. I put it on my website, so for the people that wanted to actually spend I think I put it up there for $5 or something like that. And so it was one of those things. It was it's available here, but if you gotta wait to stream and it's not on streaming yet. So you gotta go here. You just listen to the little shorts on Instagram and we just did that, bro. I was just doing that every time. So I started to see impact when I see people and they rapping the hook, you know what I mean, and they telling me, hey, yo, bro, you killing it, or consistent, whatever they giving me my flowers on it. So that's how I knew it was connecting. I was all right, I'm gonna keep going. So I did get to the space where a couple of people did say, all right, bro, you about to do another song, whatever the case may be. And in those split seconds, this was before the joint went viral. This was before I even put it up on TikTok dropped that viral video. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, maybe I should start dropping some other stuff. I'm questioning the joint, and I'm like, nah, I gotta like it isn't there yet. Like the song is dope, people know it, but it ain't like where it need to be at. Like it's on the radio here and there, but it ain't like still connected, and it still hasn't connected to where I know it's gonna connect. But I kept putting out, and then I put out that one video, and that went crazy, and that took it to another space. Like I ain't gonna lie, just from the streams and like the comments, you just gotta see like what the people saying, like, and they don't know me from a can of paint. You feel me? Like it's like they just connected to the music, and it was still just the hook. Like it's not even the full song. So from there, we did that, and then we did the remix with Akeem Ali. Then that took it up a little bit more. You feel me? Got it on a couple of different radio stations and different things like that. Like from that move. So yeah, man. Like that's how. Yeah, I mean that's just all of the things I've been putting into it. Just kind of like trying to think about it on how can we get this in front of the most people as many times as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stand out and leave people with some memorable type of things, like if it's the aesthetic in which you're seeing it, if it's where it's at, or people like, or even the shock value, like, damn, you shot that in there, bro? I didn't even see you shooting that joke, like, or like I did so many of them. People see you out and then they peep you doing it, and they're like, yo, I'm so hyped. I'm hyped to see you do it in person, bro. Like I didn't know how you was getting them joints, like. So yeah, man, we had some real good strong joints that went crazy too, just like over time before that last one kind of took off. We did something that to put that shit on joint. Can we curse on that?
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, put that shit on T.I. joint.
Yeah.
And that one went crazy, like, cause we had so many dope people in there. We had like KP in there. We had I put Tip in there. Like it was a recap of the party, but like I was still doing I was still doing the everybody joint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that went good. And it's a couple joints that did like pretty good. You know what I mean? But that one on TikTok is still going up. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm still trying to study that to see like what all, like, I know the simplicity of it was great. I know the aesthetic of it was great. Like, but you just like, I just like to look at things and kind of like analyze it. You know what I mean? So we could keep, like you said, like keep doing what the people are gravitating to.
Yeah, what social platform has been more helpful? Like, again, like I see it going on TikTok, especially as an artist and a creative. Like,
Yeah.
how do you kind of look at these different platforms, like a TikTok versus IG? Is there anything else that you kind of use?
So IG is just like the popping spot everybody at. You know what I mean? Like everybody on IG. So it's like you want to be on IG still being active. But TikTok is a lot easier to connect. Like it's crazy. Like the algorithm is kind of less like strenuous. You know what I mean? It's a little more open. So as long as you just be consistent on there and keep dropping. I'm still trying to figure out the platform, but just from having, like, I had a couple videos. That one everybody video on there wasn't the only video that did great. Like I had like a Barber video that do some numbers on TikTok. So it's like you just never know what the people like. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm still figuring it out. Like, but it's like I just when you're putting out, like whoever's listening, when you're putting out, just make sure that you're looking back at the analytics. Like make sure you have your page set as a business page or a creator page. I think they also give you analytics on there. And look at your analytics and just see what was working and what's shaking, so that you could kind of, learn each platform and learn what your viewers are wanting from you and yearning from you. Cause it's different. It's different for everybody, I think the thing that is across the board is the consistency. I think another thing is creativity. That never dies. That's across the board, and just trying to be as genuine as possible. When I say that, just as organic and where people could really absorb who you are through the screen. If we're talking about videos and music. And and however you take those things, those ingredients, and it might be a couple other ingredients too, but you take those and you just apply it to whatever you're doing, because there's no really right or wrong, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I hate when people be making it seem like it's one route. Like it's no one route. It's just consistency, don't give up, and be as creative as possible so that you could kind of stand out and cut through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And I mean, again, that's all building out. I've seen the collabs. Obviously, the Keem Ali
Collabs help.
remix.
Yeah, they do.
The
those
the
two.
East Side Golf joint,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's even on Cadillac Chronicles, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
They call that Atlanta's Tiny Desk, man. How'd that come about?
So I'm glad you brought that up. That's the other ingredient, network and your resources. So again, if you don't have the money, you need to know the people. And for me, I'm a mobile personal barber. Outside of just being a dope individual and being valuable, one of the things I've always said since college is I want to be a value to each person encountered, and that looks differently with each person encounters, whatever they may need. So for me, all those connections was me connecting with these people and being a value. You know what I mean? And or just connecting on just a genuine tip. So like with Cadillac Chronicles with Brian, we are both a part of this men's group called Undugu. So and I think you already know about that because you done popped out at a couple of events. You in there, right?
Yeah, I'm
like
in there too. I'm in there too.
Undugu. We in this show. So basically I met Brian there, and the guy that connected us on some like, hey, this guy does music, you do music, y'all need to be like conversing, like, you know what I mean? And we took it from there. He was like, hey, I got this platform I'm building. He told me the idea, and when he told it to me, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Heck yeah, I didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
So then he quick. Brian is one of the hardest working guys, people in the show, in this business. You know what I mean? Like, he's going stupid and he's humble. But hit me in a couple days, basically. It was a quick turnaround. We won't just cap it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, hey, I want you on there. I was on there in a couple days. And then when I pulled up and saw it, I'm like, oh, man, this is about to be crazy. I'm excited because I was one of the first, you know what I mean, to be on there. You know what I mean? After I was on there, it really went stupid. But I already knew it was going to go stupid because it was an amazing idea. It was like, bro, this is dope. So that's how that happened. Eastside Golf, I got booked for a commercial through one of my homies I met a couple years ago at this spot called Kinship Works. Shout out T-Mac, shout out JB. This is my guy. He booked me for that. I was a barber. I connected with the owners from Eastside Golf because I cut both of them for the shoot.
Yeah.
And Elijah Wan.
Shout out Elijah Wan, other guys.
Yep. So Elijah Wan is in Atlanta whenever he's not touring the world. So when he's home, he hit me up like, hey, I need a haircut. So at first it was just, I was just his barber type thing. And then I was like, hey, one day, I just asked him, I'm like, yo, do you have a jingle or a song for y'all brand? Like, and he was like, yo, nah, like a couple people done put it in like music, like in the lyrics, they might have like shouted us out, but no song. I was like, can I put something together? And he was like, all right, cool. But it was still like, all right, cool. Like, I don't think he really knew I was going to like do the joint. You know what I mean? It was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So it took like probably like a couple weeks or a month. And one day, like, I'm cutting them. I was like, yo, I put something together. Like, can I play it? And I played it. And he ran it back a couple times. He was like, nah, this joint hard. And he was like, and then it was a couple weeks. And then he was like, yo, I talked to the staff, or I talked to the team. We're gonna use it for this content piece we about to put out. I was like, word, you know what I mean? Then we had some talks about putting it on some video games and different things like that, which should still come about. So yeah, man. So that came about like that. And then Akeem Ali, that was like, man, I had got booked to cut at a community event. And that was through I'm trying to think, who was that through? I can't think of the organization, but Akeem was actually Portia. That's who Portia booked that one. But she got with my boy Keys. So Keys is a producer. He produced WAP. I'm his barber as well. He hit me and was like, hey, bro, we need somebody for this community event. I was like, I got you. Cool. He knew I do a lot of community stuff. So then he connected me to Portia, and then Portia, she was running it. Akeem was one of the barbers. So I'm cutting on my truck outside, and then they were cutting like inside of like where they had everybody else set up. And so I went in there and I was talking to everybody. I was like, look, come outside and, see the truck and come holler at me. I'm out here cutting. So Akeem came out there. I already knew who he was, but this was our first time meeting.
Yeah.
So he came out there, came on the truck, and we were chopping. I played him some music. He played me some music. We got each other's number, and then we just stayed locked in. A year or two later, I built this program called Sponsored Service for a Kid, where we're over at Fickett Elementary. We're in our second season. It's about cutting the hair of the kids, braiding the hair of the kids, and about looking good, feeling good, and boosting self-esteem. So Akeem was one of the first barbers I called because I met him in the community. I already know he cut. I already know he's passionate about it.
Yeah.
Called him. no hesitation, got you. So he did the whole first season, which was last year. He did every day. It's a 10-month program. Then, things started bubbling for him closer to the end. So that's when, he was there. And that's why we have so many people, too, because we don't rely on a person to be there every day. I mean, every month. But as much as you can, we appreciate it. So he's been, like, as much as he can, since things been bubbling, still with him being super busy. So just want to, like, put that out there. The guy's an amazing community, driven, like, just personable, down-to-earth individual, man. Great dude. So, boom, from there, we locked in on community. So when everybody came about, we was trying to figure out who we could get on it. Akeem, I brought Akeem name up. I was like, yo, what y'all think about Akeem? Like, talking to the team, and it was like, yo, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, he the homie. Like, he bubbling too. Like, see what's up. You know what I mean? So he was with it. You know what I mean? And then the tour came about just like me really just like, hey, Akeem, like, can I get a couple dates on the tour? Like, you want a single, whoop, whoop, and it was like, yeah, let's get it. You know what I mean? So he gave me a couple dates. So we did Charlotte, we did Atlanta, and then we doing Seattle, as well. Man. Yeah, man.
So as this thing is jumped off, man, I'm sure new opportunities come up. People are reaching out. You probably get more asks. Yeah. I know I deal with a lot on my side. Like, how do you deal with like all those asks and requests and kind of make sure they feel right and authentic to what you're actually building?
Man, I guess it really starts with just me knowing where I'm going with it. You know what I mean? I already know the pillars in which I operate within. So it got to be something community. Mm-hmm. It got to be something creative or something like in a space where it's like with shows and stuff, it just got to make sense. Like where this show about to be at, who's all on the bill too, like to make sure that it just fits within what I'm doing, you know what I mean, and who I am as an artist. So we do our different screening and stuff like that. A lot of people that do reach out, we kind of already kind of know a little bit. So I know it's going to get to the point where it is people we don't really know that reaching out. So we'll have our way of going about screening and kind of like seeing, like, we got to see the motion, you know what I mean? That's the good thing about Instagram and stuff. I mean, hopefully they don't AI it, but look like they got motion and they be taking promoters. But we look at the motion. We gonna do like our due diligence, see what's popping, and then kind of go from there. Like but all money ain't good money. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time, so just gonna keep those same type of qualities and skills and things that I go about with other business, because I got to do the same thing with this barbering thing, bro. Like, I get calls all the time, bro. So I have to screen. I have different protocol. I have if you want me for an event, I send you this link so then I ask the necessary questions in the link on the form that you got to fill out for me to even know if I'm gonna be able to do it or not anyway. You know what I mean? So those type of things, that's how we kind of go about it.
Okay. All right, man. So for the next artist that's hearing this and they want to kind of run a similar play to what you've been able to do and build, like what advice would you give them?
Man, I would say make sure the music's dope, man. Cause I'm really an artist and a musician at heart, man. This ain't just like a business play or whatever the case may be. I'm a businessman too. But make sure the music's dope. Make sure that you're being as sincere and as genuine as possible, you know what I mean, with the music. Make sure that you're collaborating with dope individuals. If you don't do certain things, if you don't produce, get with a dope producer. If you don't record yourself, like, get with a dope engineer, you know what I mean? Find your tribe by going into the spaces. There's so many different spaces that bring these type of people together, like from like A3C. I don't know if A3C is still popping, but I met a lot of dope people at A3C and all these different other conferences and stuff. So really start there first. And then once you do that and you have a product that you feel like is really dope, then figure out creatively how can you utilize social media and all the other free advertisement spaces to advertise your stuff and market your product, your music. And I would say start with singles so that you could test before doing like a project. But it's still all on you too. You know what I mean? If you feel like you have the bandwidth and that's mentally, emotionally, and financially to do a album, then do an album. You know what I mean? And push that out, market that, and do that. But if you're trying to test the market and see what's what, start with a single. Start little by little. Set your goals. Be consistent. And then also lean on people, man, that tell you that they want to help and that are in your circle that really have expertise. And just have fun with it, man. Like, have fun and plan as much as you can, but don't allow that plan to have you stuck like in quicksand type thing, man. Like really like just plan and then go and shoot. And then also make sure you get that not for everybody, because that could be the music, you know what I mean, that you could use for your motivation, you know what I mean? And we on even.biz. Check my IG, man, link in the bio.
No, man, look, man, no, this is dope, man. I was just getting ready to say, man, before we get out of here, bro, like this
Plug
is amazing.
everything.
Yeah, man, give them all the things, man.
All the things. All right, look. So look, whenever this airs, we might have already did the June run of the tour. So if you didn't catch that, we are working on some things for August. So keep it locked. But follow at JBizAVA. Follow at 1010 Entertainment. That's the brand and label. Get the project, man. Not for everybody. It's on even.biz. If you don't know what even.biz is, it's basically a platform for the artist to give you, the fan, the fam, whatever you want to be considered, because it's all love, the product. And you could give us the money directly, so we don't have to go through third parties like streaming. It will still go to streaming, all right? So for all the streamers where you're accustomed to streaming, it will be there in a couple months. But if you want the music right now and you want to support so we could keep doing what we doing and keep like this thing going, because it is a business at the end of the day. It costs to do everything, all right? So make sure you tap into that, even.biz, and that's all in my bio, at JBizAV on Instagram. And then also, man, shop with me on the barber tip, too. If you need a mobile personal barber, like, get with me at B&W Mobile ATL. We making everything shake, man. And we also need people to also donate to our nonprofit program also. All right, so sponsor service for a kid. That's B&W Cares with the S.org. And look, I'll give you all those links. Just follow me, and I can get you right. If you heard anything that struck your interest, just hit me in the DM, and we can talk about it. All right, it's biz.
Hey, man. Look at you. You ran it down like a professional, brother.
Hey, man, you got to.
Nah, man, this is good, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Again,
Appreciate
congratulations
me,
on all the success. Can't wait to see what you got coming up next with, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Hey,
My
man.
brother.
And with that said, we out. That's the pod.
Yeah.